Bring on the magic. Bring on the magic times. Bring on the fun. Everybody, here we are again, ready to paint and ready to learn some things about painting and ready to pretend that you're an artist and I'll pretend that I'm an artist. And together, maybe we'll create a real artist. Cave Dweller, we're working on this. This is the peg leg monkey. This is the big old face, guy with a big old face, and this is a skunk man. Are you taking notes? You know what? I don't have anything to drink. I'm going to go get something to drink because if I don't pause to drink things, I'll be like lost like I was in this last sentence. So I encourage you to do the same. I'll be right back. This is a pot of coffee I made last week. This is a cup of coffee I started drinking yesterday morning. This is sun tea that I made on the dashboard of my car last week. I am going to now shut the door. Get that juice. Here we are, live at Revision Gallery, and at Revision Gallery, our gallery is right on the street. If they park next to the gallery and they open up the passenger side door, they could break one of our windows. We are here, Cave Dweller. This is the top of the hour. Well, we'll say we're not quite at the top of the hour using this clock, and then when we get down to here, I probably won't talk about anime because I already did this morning. So let's start at 5 after. No, we better start at 10 after. I don't want to go over. I don't want to go over because if I publish this on Instagram TV, if it's over an hour, they won't let me. So let's fix this painting. This morning I added the border and my signature, and I actually like what that added to the painting. From now on, I may just paint the painting and then put a border as a line on the edge of it, just because it looks so great. Let's see. Okay, and he's pointing at the peg leg monkey, and his hand is wonky because I was drawing it in reverse. Let's see. So he's pointing like this. He's pointing away. So you shouldn't see this whole part of his hand. Just it should be foreshortened this way. So I have to do that again. Unfortunately, this time I'll use gray. I just read a review of Jason Horsley's new book. Oh, by the way, I'm taking notes. Ah! Oh! Hang on. Time out. I just knocked over my bottle of acrylic ink and it spilled over the rug. Yeah, that's what happens. So I can sort of dab it up, but I'm afraid it's indelible. I did one of these with my hand. For some reason, I moved my hand and it just slapped right into the bottle of ink. I know this isn't why you're here to watch me clean up, even though you can't see anything. Study this painting while I'm cleaning up. It's a lost cause. Well, there goes my career. There goes my art career. Nipped in the bud. shot down like a dog right at the beginning. Look, and I didn't even get to use any of my acrylic ink hardly. It's all gone now. Of this color. Darn. Alright, so we got this. When I first started, I used to lay out a thing on the underneath me so it wouldn't drip on the... And then I just stopped using it. But even if I had been using it, this was way off to the side because this bottle went flying across the room. Alright, let's do it. Pointing away. Not sure what I'm... Okay, so then this goes like this. There we go, that makes more sense. Oh, man. Alright, well, you know, you try to make the perfect broadcast and it just ends up... I gotta do more wipe up. Hang on. Alright. Gabriel, there's an audio portion to this show. I'm going to have to spend some time in post. I hate post. Alright, so this is the hand. Let's put in the hand of the skunk. Well, some of my paint from this morning is still wet. Weird. Skunk is Mars Black. I should probably put some blue in there too because no black thing is actually black. Have you seen the film Attack the Block? No animal has fur like that. Okay, so... Mars Black, you are from Mars Black. Skunk is wearing an ascot because all skunks wish they had an ascot. This is a great New Yorker cartoon I saw. There's a penguin smoking a cigarette and he's wearing a tweed jacket and ascot, plaid dress pants, and he's leaning up against an iceberg and he's saying to another penguin who's in the black and white, he's like, I just got tired of being so damn formal all the time. And I saw that penguin with the ascot and the tweeds and I thought, that is the way I'm going to dress from now on. So here I am, breaking my own rules, wearing a t-shirt on the outside. Skunks, skunks, skunks. If you've been sprayed by a skunk, leave a message, leave a comment. No? Okay, I guess nobody has. I also have not been sprayed by a skunk. I think it's on my list of things to do. Get sprayed by a skunk. It's one of those things that you just gotta do in life. Get sprayed by a skunk. It's just a life experience everybody should have. A skunk, I'll have you know, is... Well, first of all, it's based on an Algonquin word, which means pissing fox. It's an American animal. Only found in the New World. Skunk. Apparently, In Europe and Asia, they were all eaten. They didn't last or survive. Thank you, Disco Jesus, for this 2-day-old coffee that I made this morning. I've had so much coffee today. I had almost a whole French press of coffee. It was great. I actually don't like coffee. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I have to shave my... There's a brush stroke here that I just want... It's bugging me, and I want it gone. Okay. Be careful when you shave your painting. You could accidentally slice it. That's happened to me. I never sliced the face of the painting, but I sliced the back. That's just as bad. Okay, skunk hand. I agree black because it's transparent-o. Skunks even have black fingernails. I did some research on skunks. Not a lot of research. Just a little bit. Just enough to say, so... Alright, so we got something like this. So like that penguin, this skunk is somewhat less formal than normal, than typical. The great thing about skunks is not the awesome defense mechanism, tear gas. It's that they eat all the critters in your garden that destroy your plants. Write in if you have something you want me to say. This is the same stuff I've talked about yesterday, turns out, now that I remember. If I remember correctly, which I do. Let's put some yellow in here. If I can get at it. Yellow? No? No? Yes? No? Maybe? I want this to match this, and there's some yellow in there. But it looks like it ain't happening. Alright. It may happen that I'm going to leave his pants white. I should make his belly flesh tone. It may happen that, and I'll make it a pale flesh tone because of his lack of sunshine. Where did my flesh tone go? My in-tube flesh tone. There it is. So the flesh tone here on his belly is white because he doesn't get sun. Big old face guy. Inside of mouth color. Really, the inside of your mouth is not this color. We can start with this color. Well, I don't know. Maybe the inside of your mouth is this color. Could be any color. I don't know. I haven't seen you. I don't know who you are. Cave dweller, you too can paint, just like me, because I can't paint. I never learned how. I thought I'd learn how in art school, but you know what prevented me from learning anything is the fact that I have very short patience. I'm even impatient right now with being here on my own show. Let me see. These, where did I just put that brush? Oh, gotta make the skunk's feet. Alright, so there that is, and he's got another arm because I didn't feel like drawing it in the drawing, and this is based on a drawing. That's a window, that's a painting, that's a painting, that's a painting, that's a ceiling. The window will be azo yellow-orange. And then I'll throw some leaves on top of that. So it'll be the color of sunlight with leaves coming through. Oh, looks too close to the wall. This morning I hit the wall with this color, and then I went over it with white, and I forgot to do that over here. See what I'm saying? Painting is hard, man. So is anybody doing any world traveling? I was going to do some world traveling when the pandemic breakout started. And then I was asked not to by a job site that I had a gig painting somebody's house, rooms in their house, and they're like, please don't. I said, okay, whatever you want. Tail. Make it look more tail-like. And there we have it. I need to get rid of some of this movement, make this more flat. Oh, that's right, Pegleg Monkey. Let's put him in. He needs red monkey fuzz color. The color of fuzz of a monkey is this color. Not all monkeys are this color, not all monkey fuzz, but this particular monkey fuzz is this color. Team Cave Dweller. Let's put it in. Alizarin Crimson is transparent. That was always disappointing to me. But if you make it work, it'll work. I mean, if you work it, it'll work. You know what I mean? Like, if you work it, you can make it work. Ah, Cave Dweller. So many technical difficulties. But I will overcome these technical difficulties, and together you and I will become the next Joe Rogan of art, which is to say, Bob Ross of the 21st century. So what are you learning? You know what you need to do, Cave Dweller? If you want to be a painter, the first thing you need to do is become creative. The last thing you need to do is go to art school. Art school, I say, is for chumps. It changed my view of things. It helped me out a lot, but not enough. And if you have the GI Bill, then go for it. Let's see what we got. So, I learned today by a stalker that my whole life is on display on social media. Like, you can learn almost anything about me by stalking me on social media. I was unaware of this. I just thought, you know, I don't know what I thought, but it might be different now since I've deleted everything off Facebook. All my opinions. And I did that under the voice of a woman named Helen, who's a Tokyo actress from America. She's like, nobody cares what you think. She was like totally blunt. I don't know where she spent a decade in Japan, and she's going to be totally blunt with me? When's it going to rub off on you? When's some of this Japanese way is going to improve your personality? Oof, it was brutal. I don't know why she felt she could be that way with me. I don't know what I did. But she's like, nobody cares about your opinions, and people are afraid of you when you talk about magic. I'm interested. It seems interesting to me, being a magician, but nobody understands it. Whoa. That's harsh. It was given in the context of career advice, being an actor. And she said, also, say happy birthday when Facebook tells you it's birthday. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's fake. I just can't bring myself to do it, team. Unless I love you personally, like we've met. I can't bring myself to do it. I should bring myself to do it, though, because it's all about... That's a fig leaf. It's all about reminding people that you exist. Of course, there's nobody in my life that I need to remind that I exist, that I know of. I mean, I don't have any opportunities. And there's no agents, no talent agents, no producers, no directors, no publishers, no art buyers that I know of that have forgotten about me or even ever knew about me. Are you one? You could be one. Join me now. Disco Jesus, send this message out to the universe, and by that I mean everybody who lives in it. And together, you and I, Disco Jesus, will change life on Earth. I always thought that, whoa, I really love what's going on here. Those lines. When I just looked at it, and I didn't... Here's the lines I did on that finger hand, which are just terrible at this point. But when I looked at it, I saw the line as the negative space. Typically, a line is positive space. It's the thing you see first in a line drawing. But here, because I used gray, it receded, and I saw the fingers as positive space. It just looked like a mess. A good mess. A tangle of sausages. I am going to accentuate that. And I'm going to make this pointer hand look like child's drawing. The thing I love about children's drawings is they just make things up. If they don't know what it is, they just make it up. I try to do that, and I just don't have the freshness and the spark of somebody who's untrained. When I try to make something up, well, maybe it's just my perspective, but it always looks incompetent. The fresh spark of a child's drawing is that when they're making it up, they're going for it. And it has an air of accomplishment. When I do it, it has an air of insecurity. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. Linda Berry talks about this in her book, How to Draw Comics. She does some copies of student drawings that she thinks have this spark of brilliance, and they just don't come out. They don't come out right. They're not the same. They lack something. I like that a lot. This is good. That's a couch. Now let's separate that couch a little bit from the fist. The fist is fine all by itself, but I want it... Right now it looks like a hole to me. Right now it looks like a hole in the couch. Theoretically, the blue should recede, but because it's phthalo blue, it's very vibrant, and it tends to radiate and come to the foreground. even though I subdued it with gray, it's still boing, boing, boing. So I gotta do something there, and I'm going to do that with, I guess, more gray. Some black and water. Alright, this is a couch, so... I mean, not a couch. It's a big fluffy chair, so it goes like... It's actually angled like that, too. This is my own big fluffy chair that I have in my pad. Could be yours for the right price. $20. You pick it up. $40, I deliver anywhere in the city of Milwaukee. I want this thing out of my life. I inherited it from a girlfriend, and she doesn't deserve to have any piece of her life in my cave. Speaking of caves, I had a great time yesterday and this morning resetting my bookshelves. I moved my bookshelf into another room, and then I took another bookshelf and put it on top of that bookshelf. It's like the best idea I ever had in my life. It was the best thing I've ever done. It's not my idea, though. I got it from a guy named Joey Weber. He's a swimmer artist. In his studio in grad school, he was a ceramicist. He piled up 3 tables. Boom, boom, boom. One table right on top of each other, and he used them like shelves. I thought, man, this guy's on the ball. Okay, so what we have here is a glass top table. Put that in. It's kind of gray. I believe it's gray. Painting this from memory. And I actually never looked at it enough to... I never looked at it with the skills of an artist. Which is to say, attention. Do you have anybody in your life that's been estranged? Or that is just strange? I gotta tell you, I am estranging myself from my family. They don't deserve my time. Really, using the word deserve doesn't really mean anything, but family is a big waste of time. I ditched them this Christmas, and you wouldn't believe the support I got on social media. Well, I guess you would. Only one person. One person was like, "Oh, I hear you. Right on. Good for you. I know exactly how it is." Family. You get trapped in these feedback loops of expectation. How they expect you to behave. They talk to their expectation of your behavior, which is a parody of behavior that you actually behaved. People never really get to know you in family, unless you have a good family, which I doubt. They get to know a caricature of you, and then they always talk to the caricature. And I just got sick of it. I'm like, you know, I'm done. I'm done with these roles. All right, clock watchers. There it is. We're 5 minutes late. Here it is, the anime review. I've been watching anime on Netflix, and there's one from China. So I guess it's not considered anime. It's just animation from China. It's a story called Seven Scissors, or Scissors 7, which is interesting because there's an anime called Kill La Kill about a schoolgirl who has one half of a pair of scissors. It's gigantic. It's like taller than I am, and she's a short kid. And she wields this thing like a sword, carries it in like a guitar case to school. And then she has a school uniform that gives her superpowers. But in order to use it, it becomes less than a bikini. You know, like one of those mini skirts that's so micro, it's like a wide belt, and suspenders with shoulder pads. Oh man, I want to see that in real life. That's hilarious. But so that's Kill La Kill. It's this hilarious thing made for kids. And then funny thing about Japan, this is an anime made for, it's like the level of middle school, maybe high school, and there's lots of nudity in it. You know, they cleverly cover things up, but there's no mistaking she's naked. And then they have one of her teachers is always putting moves on her. Japanese just don't have these qualms that Americans have. They're not so uptight. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. Scissor 7. So she has the big half scissors. Scissor 7 is about a kid who decides to get a job cutting hair as a front for his job being a professional assassin. It's not bad. I recommend it. It's entertaining. Did I laugh aloud? I don't know. My favorite part was in the first episode where before he started becoming a killer, he was running a ramen stand. Maybe it's probably not ramen because it's Chinese, but he's a food stand. And some kid comes up to him and orders some food, and the flavor of this soupy slop mix comes in a bowl that the kid ordered was offal. He ordered offal. And I thought, well, that's fascinating. So a kid would order offal in China as a comfort food, as something you eat for lunch in school, just something that you would pay for. Offal. In other words, kidneys, hearts, and livers. Probably intestines, too. I think that's fascinating. We should be eating organ meat. It's so good for us, but nobody likes it. The taste is so strong, and we've been raised through mediated propaganda to despise it, right? Every TV show you see, from Leave It to Beaver on, it's like the kids are like, oh, liver, ooh, bad, so bad, yuck, And so we're like, oh yeah, it must be yuck, ooh, bad, So I'm never going to touch that in my life. Truth is, it's not bad. I can't eat it every day. I have to admit, I tried. I bought a whole bunch of chicken hearts once, and I tried to eat them every day, and I couldn't even finish eating all of them. Recognizable flavor. But like I said, it's not bad. And so this kid could order some offal soup. I love these keen insights into Asian culture. And Asian culture is looking back, getting keen insights into us. There are thousands and thousands of Chinese spies throughout the world, in our universities, in our industry, spying on us, stealing things, reporting back to Chinaville. This is what I heard. The saying is that China is like the Borg. They never create anything of their own. They just steal everything from everybody else. That's what I heard this morning on Mysterious Universe. Okay, so that's my review. My review considered of Scissor 7, Kill la Kill, and Mysterious Universe. I recommend all three of these entertaining items. Kill la Kill has some really great moments in animation where they combine still imagery with overlapping still imagery that is moving across the screen. For instance, long shot of an arena, close up of a face. Just that's talking, and the face is moving across the screen, and then the face of the other person is moving in the opposite direction. I love that. Let's get back to this. My ceiling happens to be white, but I'm going to paint it gray in here because well, I don't know. Do I have a good reason? It just seems like the thing to do. And it's got to go... And so, it's got to go up. So this has to be down. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Scissor 7 and Kill la Kill. It's amazing all the havoc that can be wreaked with a pair of scissors. That's all it takes. One pair of scissors. Don't bring your scissors to school. They have metal detectors now. They will confiscate those scissors, and you can't hide them in the guitar case. That shtick is over with. This is good, because now we have his head overlapping the ceiling. and that gives it more depth. There's a great painting I saw by the brothers Hildebrandt once. It's of a troll. It's that scene in The Hobbit where the trolls appear, and I realized, oh, he's not only using atmospheric perspective on this, but he is also using a psychological perspective. So the troll, in order to show how big he was, he overlapped a mountain, and the mountain just, he didn't, you know, like the top of the mountain was here. Top of the mountain, the picture of the mountain completely surrounded him. So you could see that he was bigger than the mountain because he didn't overlap it. If he had overlapped the mountain, you would not have noticed the mountain, and you would not have compared it in size because it would have looked like it was in the background, like it was receding. I thought that was brilliant. Typically, they say don't do things like that, but he did it for the psychological effect of showing you the immensity of the troll, and it worked. I don't know how he figured that out. Somebody must have told him. You can't figure those things out. Impossible. So I'm trying to paint the ceiling gray, and you can see it's black, and that's because I didn't want to take any more white. I didn't want to add any more white to my palette. I don't know why. All right, we're about done here, and I got nothing done again as usual. Well, I guess I got a few things done, but it's probably nothing. I mean, it's a little bit of nothing. All right, here we go. That's more like it. Okay, baby. Wet on wet. It's amazing what you can do. I typically don't paint wet on wet. In fact, this whole painting is an experiment of things I never do. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm putting this white on so thick. I feel like I'm just wasting it. But I'm spreading it around and mixing it in with the black that's under there. This is light gray. I'm covering up all these little holidays from the gesso underneath, the white gesso. I don't want that showing through, not even on the edge. Alright, so you see this goes like this. That is, it's the edge, but it overlaps the wall somewhat. These colors they're invading each other, and my goal is to keep the colors invading a little bit. I want to keep some smudginess to this, but like I want to keep smudginess, but like I say that, and then I go and I outline the thing. So let's go and destroy that outline. Make it less outliney. I was reverting back to my tried and true methods that I want to experiment and see what I can come up with new methods here. I want to see where these things take me, and I wasn't thinking. So there it is, smudginess. Theoretically, okay. Now, let's put in a rear leg for this thing. Green goes on the edge of glass, because the edge of glass is green. I noticed that as a kid, and I was fascinated by this. We had a glass table, and I just could not stop looking at it because the edge was green. Why was the edge green? And then when I put my eye right up to the edge, it was like a multiverse of glass, because the top part of the glass and the bottom edge of the glass were reflecting each other. All right, this is wonderful because the glass here is, I mean, the green is overlapping other colors, and so it has a you know that thing when there's more than one thing going on? It's got that. I'm leaving his pants white. I want to... Maybe I should go over the floor with some kind of glaze. Get the magic sauce going. Oops. I'm going to use this phthalo blue and white. I don't want to lose that indeterminate value. Not indeterminate. I just don't know why I said indeterminate. Add some black to this. Okay. And now I'm going to add some gloss gel. Get the spatula that you need. Okay, now I mix it up. Okay, this will be, there's so much gel in here and magic sauce that should be transparent, even though I used a lot of white. It doesn't look transparent. Well, we'll find out when we do this. Yeah, vaguely transparent. Yeah, there it is. I'm just going to go over everything. Because I'm going to go over everything again. So you might say, well, why did you even write your name on there? You're just going to paint over it like a chump. And it's kind of a placeholder, I guess. Alright, so... I like when the Japanese people in the cartoons go, so, which seems to me to mean, you could translate it as, that's right, or I see, or yes. Sometimes they say, so, just like the cliche, they actually say that. You watch anime, you'll hear it a lot, and I imagine it's not just anime, but you'd hear it in Japanese TV and news as well. I was just watching a Japanese newscast on Periscope right before I started. I was trying to actually do a stream on Periscope. Couldn't get it going. But the announcer, this cute girl, just kept laughing. She was laughing. I don't know what show I was. I thought it was the news. But why would you laugh during the news? Coronavirus! She didn't sound like a hag like I just sounded. She sounded cute. It's adorable. I'm not saying newscasters should be adorable, but I would rather adore the women on TV than think of them as desirable. Do you follow me? There's too much sexiness in America, in American entertainment. It's not worth it. It's not interesting. It's not inviting. I don't want to know those people. I don't want to be their friends. I don't want them invading my living room. I don't want anything to do with them. I like the way this is happening. I gotta hurry up and get this over with. Oh, let's just overlap it here. Do the overlap, shuffle, like I was bragging about earlier. And back here, okay, we're running out of time. Sorry, team, for taking up your time. And once again here, we have the overlap shuffle going on. And boom, and bam. Bada bing. Okay, I'll put some here too because you never know. Alright, I guess this is all going to be redone. In fact, screw it. Alright, there we go. Alright, team. That's it. That is what we have. The guy with the big old face, the peg leg monkey, and the skunk man. I'm into skunks now. And I'm into the peg leg monkey. And I'm into the guy with the big old face. You got a problem with that? No, you don't. You love it. And be sure to visit my Patreon. If you love what I'm doing, if you want to see more of it, you can support me. Supporters will get some kind of prize. There will be free prizes. And there's multiple levels to join. You can do that. You can see me on Instagram at _Skrauss, Twitter, _Skrauss, or right here on YouTube at the Skrauss Tyrannus. Share what you see. Oh, also, this is simulcast as an audio only. This is a new thing I'm starting. You can find that at probably anywhere you find podcasts. It's called We Are Strangers. It used to be called Image for Hire, and then I had the brevity to call it We Are Strangers, and now I'm stuck. So here I am on We Are Strangers. Team, I love you. Thanks for joining me today as we learn to paint together. Together, you and I learn to paint. And maybe, once we figure it out, we can take over the world and just, do the taking over the world kind of thing. But for good. Like, not for good, like permanent, but